Hey everyone, Amanda here from Soma Psych talking about Module 3 that sits within our 300-hour trauma-informed facilitator training. And Module 3 is kind of where it all starts to come together and create space for more questions. So it's almost like the beginning of the end, but the end of the beginning, and it cycles through. I absolutely love Module 3 because this is the space where we really start to unpack what it means to not only think about these practices as a self-practice, as a facilitated practice, but also where we sit within the systems and structures around us and that we partake in every single day. So we're getting into things like systemic change that sits within systemic oppression and what that is, and who it impacts and who benefits from it, and how do we start to question it, to dismantle it and shift and change to a more just and equitable future. And when we think about that, we'll start to look at things like cultural appropriation. We'll look at post-traumatic growth right alongside post-traumatic stress. We'll look at cultural appropriation and what that means and how we can do our part within that. And with that said, we'll have a ton of guest facilitators, just like we do in every module, but we'll have facilitators who can really speak to these spaces and elevate the voices that we can learn so much from. And I think that's the other beautiful part of this training, is really bringing in those voices and insights and wisdom from lived experiences, and we can sit at the feet of these people and learn such incredible and empowering ways to move forward. So with that said, we'll have transgender inclusivity and what it might look like and feel like to facilitate within those spaces and learn from all bodies, all experiences, all expressions, all identities. And we've got some really cool people coming in to just hold that space so we can ask questions and learn and hear from their lived experiences and their insights. We'll talk about what it means to hold simultaneously the idea of working with ourselves and within ourselves, this idea of the quote-unquote self-healing or the self-work, the self-mahi, and what it means to hold that right alongside demanding and acting for greater change, greater system change, the ripple effects that will cause the shift and evolution of the systems and structures that oppress and that perpetuate and cause harm. And we'll do this in a way that hopefully inspires and motivates and energizes, because this work can sometimes feel very heavy, very scary, very filled with doom, right? And what we want to do here is show how it's so possible to hold that hope. And how is it that we continue to do this work? How is it that we notice the signs of burnout, of compassion fatigue, vicarious trauma? And how is it that we facilitate and cultivate spaces of resilience, brave spaces? So there's a lot of goodness that we're getting into. We have so many different voices coming forward to really spark and ignite conversations and thought-provoking insights that hopefully just ripple forward in such a powerful way. So if you have any questions at all, please feel free to reach out to myself, Amanda of Soma Psych, or Kirsten or Kay from Legacy Motion. You can find us on our websites, Instagram, social media, emails, whatever it might be. We'll answer any and all questions that we can, and we would just absolutely love to have you along. So thank you and take care.